Welcome back, everybody, to yet another short video of what's going on. I am your host, Jacob Carlson, and today in this short video, I just want to simply and briefly talk about reaction channels once again. Now, why in this particular case? Well, as I have previously mentioned in a handful of videos on my YouTube channel already, I like to watch reaction channels every time I have some free time on my hands, and whenever I have to cheer myself up from whatever's happening in the world at that moment in time, and just watch individuals over time, just being able to watch movies and TV shows as well as music videos, both old and new, for the very first time in their lives. Things that I no doubt have probably seen or watched 1,000 times before in my own life. And there were so many reaction channels over the past 5 to 6 years that I watched that I had to literally pick and choose which reaction channels I keep watching as a result. Because even in the reaction space, the oversaturation can be too much for a lot of people. But that doesn't mean I don't stop watching new content creators every now and then. But ultimately, there you go on that. Eventually, I had this random thought in my head where I basically daydreamed about this kind of podcast format where basically someone a host of some individual would actually interview basically content creators who decided to start reaction channels on YouTube, and as well as Patreon, and have their own individual websites to advertise their content as well, and on other social media platforms overall. And this was just a few short years before I actually found someone who actually already had the exact same idea in the first place. This person, I believe his name is Eric Rodriguez, who is also known as Nerd Chronic. Great name, by the way, if you're watching this in any way, shape, or form. And he decided to start this podcast, this show called the Reactorverse Podcast. I am not kidding. That is a great name, because if anything, it's its own universe of content creators who are sharing their pop culture journey, one movie, one TV episode, and one music video at a time, essentially. And he's been on a roll these past few years alone. I first discovered the Reactorverse podcast back in the year 2023, and Eric has been hard at work, basically interviewing all kinds of content creators who decided to share their first time watching journey of movies and TV shows that you and I might have seen 1,000 times before in our lives. So basically, there you go on that. His very first podcast episode was the Real Rejects, Greg Alba, if I remember correctly, and he shared his journey of his essentially the equivalent of his life story, and how it ultimately got into the reaction space in the first place, and how it wasn't as popular when they first started back in the 2010s, essentially, and how in the 2020s during the pandemic and after that, the reaction space basically evolved and grew into something that pretty much looks the way it does today. So essentially, there you go on that. I look forward to Eric ultimately interviewing more and more content creators as the weeks and months, as well as hopefully years, go by, because I love to watch this podcast. At the time of this video, I'm currently in the process of trying to catch myself up on watching the earlier episodes of the podcast before I watch any of the newer ones that come out, and hopefully I'll be able to be completely caught up by the end of this year, in 2025, essentially. So there you go on that. The Reactorverse Podcast, if you haven't discovered it by now, if you are still a fan of reaction content, and if you're looking to start a reaction channel one day, and you decide to share your journey watching movies and TV shows, as well as some music videos on the side, both old and new, that that you haven't seen before, but would still like to share your journey with other people on social media and so on and so forth, then look forward to Eric of the Reactorverse podcast one day, just seeking you out and hopefully reaching out to interview you one day about how you got to be in that situation in the first place, and share your story with other people so that you can end up inspiring others in the process. So basically, there you go on that. And with that all being said and done, my name is Jacob Carlson, and I've been watching the Reactorverse podcast for the past 3 years now, starting in 2023. Please, if you want to, please like the video if you want to. Comment something you like or don't like. Almost tripped over my own words right there. Anything about the Reactorverse podcast and other reaction channels that you like or don't like, please let me know down in the comment section down below in this video or in any of my videos whatsoever. Press the red subscribe button down below if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a future upload on my YouTube channel anytime soon. Please share the video with all the people you know and love in life on social media, wherever you get your information and entertainment these days. And I will always ask that you please take care of each other out there. Be nice to one another. And if someone wants to start a reaction channel in your life, please encourage them to do that, because other people will definitely watch. If you build it, they will come. That is from Field of Dreams, and it is true today as it was then, and it always will be. So with that all being said, take care of yourselves out there, and I'll see you in the next couple of videos. Okay, bye-bye.